This is NDTV, and you're watching Classics.
Welcome back. We're about 1/5 of the way through this evening's results, so we are well into today's program. Let's have a look at the headlines so far. The Congress is obviously doing badly, much worse than it did in 1991. Here are the headlines. The BJP is still ahead in Gujarat. There's an early lead for the Congress in Andhra Pradesh, although the Telugu Desam is also picking up 1 or 2 seats. And Vijay Bhaskara Reddy is leading. And here's the leading position across the country. We've got information in 72 out of the 537 seats. The Congress is the #1 party. It's got 30 seats, but as you can see, it's down 15, and that's the big worry for the Congress. Down 15 since 1991. That's losing 1 out of every 3 seats. The BJP is coming second with 14. That's down 3. That'll be a disappointment for them. The Janata Dal 10. A gain of 10 seats since 1991, but that's all in Karnataka. Independents 5, so the independents seem to be doing well this time. These are all gains since 1991. CPM 2, that's from Kerala, no gain. Others 11, gain of 4 for them. That makes a total of all those 72 seats.
मुख्य समाचार जो हैं वो इस प्रकार से हैं। गुजरात में भारतीय जनता पार्टी अभी भी आगे है। आंध्र प्रदेश में कांग्रेस को शुरुआती बढ़त हासिल हुई है और श्री विजय भास्कर रेड्डी अपने निकटतम प्रतिद्वंदी से आगे चल रहे हैं। भारत में 537 लोकसभा स्थानों में से 72 की सूचना हमारे पास उपलब्ध है। उसके मुताबिक कांग्रेस 30 स्थान पर आगे, उससे पिछले चुनाव के मुकाबले 15 स्थान का नुकसान हो रहा है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी 14 स्थानों पर आगे और उससे 3 स्थान का फायदा हो रहा है। जनता दल 10 स्थान पर आगे और उससे 10 स्थान का फायदा है। निर्दलीय 5 स्थानों पर आगे हैं और उन्हें 5 स्थानों का फायदा है। सीपीएम 2 स्थान पर आगे है और उसे किसी भी स्थान का फायदा या नुकसान नहीं है और अन्य 11 स्थानों पर आगे हैं, यानी उन्हें 4 स्थान का फायदा हो रहा है। हमारे साथ स्टूडियो में हैं श्री अरुण जेटली, जो भारतीय जनता पार्टी की राष्ट्रीय कार्यकारिणी के सदस्य हैं। यू वेलकम अरुण, थैंक्स फॉर हैविंग जॉइन अस। श्री देवेंद्र द्विवेदी, जो कांग्रेस के महासचिव हैं, आपका स्वागत है द्विवेदी जी। अरुण जी, मेरा पहला प्रश्न आपसे है। आपकी पार्टी अपने आप को पूरे देश में सत्ता का हकदार बताती है, दावेदार भी बताती है, लेकिन आपकी जो पैठ है, आपका पूरा विस्तार जो है, आप मानते हैं कि अखिल भारतीय है?
मुझे लगता है कि हर चुनाव में भारतीय जनता पार्टी के समर्थन का जो फैलाव है वो बढ़ता जा रहा है। एक समय ऐसा था कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को केवल दिल्ली, राजस्थान, मध्य प्रदेश तक सीमित माना जाता था। गुजरात, महाराष्ट्र में हम लोग आगे बढ़े और हम लोगों ने सरकारें बनाई और पिछले चुनाव में कर्नाटक में भी हम लोगों ने सीटें जीती हैं। और मुझे लगता है कि इस चुनाव में वोटों की संख्या आसाम और उड़ीसा में भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी की काफी बढ़ेगी। अभी भी 2-3 प्रांत ऐसे हैं जहां हम कमजोर हैं, लेकिन फैलाव हमारा हर चुनाव में आगे बढ़ता जा रहा है।
Are you disappointed with Karnataka?
Karnataka really has not come up to our expectations. We were hoping to touch the double figure in Karnataka this time. And as the indications are, we don't seem to be doing that.
Just taking on a discussion we were having earlier with Mr. Yashwant Singh about unholy alliances and how the Bharatiya Janata Party is joined with the Samta Party in Bihar. Now, as you were a student, I remember, who fought the emergency. How do you justify the alliance with Bansi Lal, who was meant to be a key person during the emergency in Haryana? Weren't you out there protesting against him at the time?
You see, the emergency was a very important issue midway through the 70s and right to the early 80s. But as politics has evolved, people really have broken away from their past. For instance, in 1989, when the idea was to support even Mr. VP Singh on the issue of an alternate Prime Minister, we had to overlook the fact that Mr. VP Singh was a part of the Sanjay Gandhi coterie during the emergency and thereafter. So really emergency has in the 1990s ceased to be a relevant issue. And therefore, the party has been, for electoral reasons, making all kinds of these adjustments.
I think you're the first political person who's making this statement that emergency is no longer relevant in that sense in public memory, or ceased to be an issue, as you said.
Emergency is no longer a live issue. It's a very important issue for those who fought the emergency. And we only hope that kind of a situation never comes. And a large number of people who've supported the emergency then have today tried to distance themselves away, even admitting that they made mistakes during the emergency.
And we've just had a flash that the Prime Minister's son is leading in Sikandrabad, the only BJP seat in Andhra Pradesh. But before going on for the further information, let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute. The main headline at the moment is that the Congress is doing badly, much worse than in 1991, losing 1 out of every 3 seats it held in 1991. Let's look at the Congress summary so far. What's it doing across the country? It's making gains in Himachal Pradesh, but that's a small state with only 4 seats. It's losing in Goa. Falero is trailing. It has major losses in Karnataka. The Janta Dal is gaining there, not the BJP. And it's trailing in Gujarat. The BJP is doing remarkably well, unexpectedly well.
हमारे साथ स्टूडियो में हैं श्री देवेंद्र द्विवेदी, आप कांग्रेस के महासचिव हैं। आप हमें बताएं कि जो कांग्रेस का आर्थिक सुधार कार्यक्रम रहा है सन 1991 से लेकर अब तक, क्या वो आम आदमी तक, जनता तक पहुंच पाया?
मैं समझता हूँ नहीं पहुंच पाया है। इस चुनाव की एक विशेषता रही है कि ये कोई एक मुद्दा को लेकर चुनाव नहीं हुआ है। पिछले 2 दशकों में सिंगल इशू बेस्ड इलेक्शन होता रहा है और वो लगभग प्लेबिसाइटरी कैरेक्टर, इट हैज़ ऑलवेज अज्यूम प्लेबिसाइटरी कैरेक्टर।
जी,
दिस टाइम राउंड आई थिंक it is a routine kind of election in which the whole gamut of issues have entered into the thought processes of the electorate. Now we of course have been of the view that it is not only a question of knowing what has been happening, but becoming the beneficiaries of some of the economic policies. I think the economic policies have conferred benefits on a large section of the people. But I must admit that neither the government nor the party have succeeded in putting across to the people the various dimensions, the positive dimensions of the economic policy. As a matter of fact, as I have been commenting in a lighter vein, that we have very successfully hidden some of the advantages and the benefits from the people themselves. Therefore, that is one thing which must cause us anxiety as to why we have not succeeded in putting across to the various sections of society.
मेजर वेद प्रकाश, आपके जो सहयोगी हैं कांग्रेस में, उनका आपने अभी विचार सुने, वो मानने को तैयार नहीं है कि जो भी स्थिति उभर कर सामने आ रही है उसको वो मंजूर नहीं करते हैं। क्या आप उनसे सहमत हैं?
अब हमारी बहुत बड़ी लोकतांत्रिक पार्टी है और विचार स्वातंत्र और विचारों को कैसे रखा जाए इसकी स्वतंत्रता का अलग अलग लोग अलग अलग ढंग से उपयोग करते हैं।
So why haven't we been able to do better in Gujarat? I mean, that's the one state where it seems the BJP were handing things over to you on a platter, and if it can't improve there, is there any hope for the Congress anyway?
You know, I will tell you what, some of the problems are common to all the states, and there are some of the problems which are peculiar to a given state. I think if Congress performs well, that it will perform well across the board. If we don't do as well as we had anticipated or we had expected or we are still expecting, then I think that it has to be gone into and looked into in depth as to what yes, because it's offhand comment about what happened in Gujarat or what happened in a particular state.
But you
I
must
think it's not the best way to go about it.
Yes, no, I understand your point, and I respect that. You know,
except that I was just one
quick soundbite for television, but you must have analyzed it so far.
You know, in Gujarat, because of the fact that Congress has been very strong in Gujarat, it has been a stronghold of Gujarat from Gandhi's days onwards. We have always regarded. I think the organization has been weak. Then in almost all the states we have this peculiar problem of factionalism.
Yes.
And then BJP also made Gujarat as one of the target areas where they have worked very hard.
In fact, I'd like to quickly show you what are the positions of the Congress in the different states, and then we can come back and
Sure.
see why it's doing well or badly in different states. Let's have a look at Karnataka first, for instance. We've got information now in 21 out of the 28 seats. Karnataka information is coming in fast and thick. The Janata Dal is now in the lead with 11 out of those 21. That's all gains since 1991. The Congress 5, down 12 seats since 1991, doing very badly in Karnataka. The BJP 4, a gain of only 1 seat, and Bangarappa's Karnataka Congress Party 1, he's held on to his seat. Let's look at Gujarat. The BJP, you've got 9 there. BJP in the lead with 6, and the Congress with 3, but no gains or losses. So it's back to the
Gujarat.
1991 position there. No worse off, no better. Moving on to the next state, Himachal, we've got information in 3 out of 4. The Congress is winning all 3. That's a gain of 2 seats from the BJP in Himachal Pradesh. The Congress is doing well there. In Andhra, we have information in 13 seats out of 42. The Congress is gaining in 10, is winning in 10. That's a gain of 3. And the Nadu group, so the Lakshmi Parvati group at the moment seems to be wiped out of Andhra Pradesh. Now in Kerala, we have information in 6 out of the 20 seats. The Congress 3 and the CPM 2. And the KCM 1. So that's a repeat once again of the 1991 result. No change. The only information we have in Tamil Nadu is going to the DMK group, which is bad news for the Jayalalitha and the Congress combined. In fact, it needed about a 15% swing away for that seat to change hands. So that's bad news for them. In Orissa, just 1 seat, and that's so far gone to the Congress, but it's a seat it held last time. And I think that's all we have. We have one more, Punjab, 3 out of 13. The Shiromani Akali Dal, SAD, for those who've been wondering what SAD stood for all this time, it's the Shiromani Akali Dal. That's winning in 2 seats. It's a gain of 2 since last time from the Congress, which is leading at the moment in 1. And finally, Rajasthan. We have information on 10 out of the 25 seats. BJP leading in 4, but down 1, so it's doing slightly worse than 1991. The Congress also 4, down 1, even they are doing worse than 1991. And these 2 seats have been picked up by independents. Interesting that independents seem to be doing better this time.